Chapter 6, Weak Points and Strong. Those who anticipate, prepare, and arrive first on the battlefield and wait for the adversary are in a rested position. Those who arrive late on the battlefield, those who improvise and engage in battle, become exhausted. Skilled warriors make adversaries come to them and, under no circumstances, allow themselves to be drawn out of their stronghold. If you make adversaries come to you to fight, their strength will always be depleted. If you do not go out to fight, your strength will always be full. This is the art of emptying others and filling yourself. What drives adversaries to come towards you of their own accord is the prospect of winning. What discourages adversaries from going towards you is the likelihood of suffering harm. When adversaries are in a favorable position, you should wear them out. When they are well fed, cut off their supplies. When they are at rest, make them move. Attack unexpectedly, causing adversaries to exhaust themselves in a desperate bid to save their lives. Disrupt their provisions, ravage their fields, and cut their supply lines. Appear in critical places and attack where they least expect it, forcing them to come to the rescue. Appear where they cannot go, head for where they least expect it. To move hundreds of kilometers without fatigue, traverse uninhabited lands. Attacking open ground does not merely mean a place where the enemy has no defenses. As long as their defense is not strict, the place is not well guarded, enemies will scatter before you, as if you were traversing uninhabited territory. To infallibly capture what you attack, attack where there is no defense. To maintain an infallibly secure defense, defend where there is no attack. Thus, for those skilled in the attack, their enemies do not know where to attack. When instructions are followed, people are sincerely loyal and committed, plans and defense preparations are firmly implemented, being so subtle and reserved that strategies are not revealed in any way, and adversaries feel uncertain, and their intelligence serves them no purpose. Be extremely subtle, discreet, to the point of being formless. Be completely mysterious and confidential, to the point of being silent. In this way, you can control the destiny of your adversaries. To advance without encountering resistance, strike at their weak points. To retreat evasively, be faster than them. Military situations are based on speed, arrive like the wind, move like lightning, and adversaries will not be able to defeat you. Therefore, when you want to engage in battle, even if the adversary is entrenched in a defensive position, they cannot avoid fighting if you attack where they must come to the rescue. When you do not want to engage in battle, even if you draw a line on the ground that you want to preserve, the adversary cannot fight with you because you mislead them. This means that when adversaries arrive to attack you, you do not fight them but set a strategic change to confuse and unsettle them. Consequently, when you induce others to adopt a formation, while you yourself remain formless, you are concentrated, while your adversary is divided. Make adversaries see as extraordinary what is ordinary to you, make them see as ordinary what is extraordinary to you. This is inducing the enemy to adopt a formation. Once the enemy's formation is seen, concentrate your troops against it. Since your formation is not visible, the adversary will surely divide their forces. When you are concentrated into a single force while the enemy is divided into 10, you are attacking a concentration of 1 against 10, so your forces outweigh theirs. If you can attack a few soldiers with many, you will decimate your opponent's numbers. When you are strongly entrenched, fortified behind good barricades, and do not leak any information about your forces, go outside without a precise formation, attack, and conquer uncontrollably. They must not know where you intend to fight, for when it is not known, the enemy assigns many guard posts, and as soon as numerous posts are established, you only have to fight against small units. Therefore, when their vanguard is ready, their rear is faulty, and when their rear is ready, their vanguard presents weak points. Preparations on their right wing will mean a lack on their left wing. Preparations everywhere will mean vulnerability everywhere. This means that when troops are on guard in many places, they are necessarily scattered into small units. When you have only a few soldiers, you are on the defensive against the enemy who has many, make the enemy defend, and they must be defended. The more defenses you induce your enemy to adopt, the weaker they will be. Thus, it is said that victory can be created. If you make adversaries not know the place and date of the battle, you can always win. Even if the enemies are numerous, you can make them not engage in combat. Therefore, assess them to understand their plans and determine which strategy can succeed and which cannot. Encourage them to act to discover the general scheme of their movements and rest. Do something for or against them to catch their attention, so you can attract their behavior habits of attack and defense. Induce them to adopt specific formations to learn their weak points. This means using many methods to confuse and disrupt the enemy in order to observe their response patterns to you, after observing them, act accordingly, so you can know which situations mean life and which mean death. Test them to find their strengths and weaknesses. Therefore, the final point of an army's formation is to become formless. When you are formless, informants cannot discover anything, as information cannot create a strategy. Once you are formless, you leave no traces to be followed, informants find no crack to look through, and those in charge of planning cannot establish any workable plan. Victory over crowds through precise formations must be unknown to the crowds. Everyone knows the way they became victorious, but no one knows the way they secured victory. Consequently, victory in war is not repetitive but continuously adapts its form. Determining the appropriate changes means not repeating previous strategies to win. To achieve this, I can adapt from the beginning to any formation that adversaries may adopt. Formations are like water. The nature of water is to avoid the high and go toward the low. The nature of armies is to avoid the full and attack the empty. The flow of water is determined by the land. Victory is determined by the adversary. Thus, an army has no constant formation, just as water has no constant shape. Genius is the ability to achieve victory by changing and adapting according to the enemy. Chapter 6 of The Art of War by Sun Tzu advises businesses to adopt strategic flexibility and adaptability. Key takeaways for businesses include: anticipation and preparation. Anticipate market changes and be prepared for various scenarios. Understanding strengths and weaknesses. Know your own strengths and weaknesses to gain a competitive advantage. Drawing competitors in. Make competitors react to your initiatives by offering unique value propositions. Strategic deception. Keep your business strategies discreet to keep competitors guessing. Exploiting weaknesses. Be ready to capitalize on competitors' vulnerabilities. Adaptability and speed. Swiftly adapt to changing market conditions. Misleading competitors. Surprise competitors with unexpected moves. Continuous learning. Understand competitors' behavior and adapt accordingly. Creating uncertainty. Keep competitors uncertain about your next move. Adapting to formlessness. Be agile and ready to change strategies as needed. Incorporating these principles into business strategies can help companies outmaneuver competitors and thrive in dynamic markets.